did you guys ever hear about, I'm sure you did, the cereal
Yes.
Colorado.
Yes.
Yes. And I was like, that's going to be me. I'm going to end up in like the Milford cabinet on the front page while I'm shitting in the middle of the street, you know?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 46 of the On the Runs podcast. We are coming to you virtual. I got my girl Erika on the other side here. What is going on?
Not much. As you can see, I got kicked out of my studio spare bedroom. My mom flew in today, and we're just counting down the hours before we leave for Tokyo.
That was actually a question on my list. Where is your mom meeting you? I thought, so your mom lives in Myrtle Beach. She came to you first before going to Tokyo?
She did. Yep. She wanted to spend a couple days just to hang out, not stress extra about all that extra travel on in one day, since we have a 14-hour direct flight to take to get to Tokyo. So
Wow,
she wanted
okay.
to make it as easy as possible.
So are you flying, do you know if you're flying west towards like LA and then Tokyo? Okay, you are. That makes more sense.
I believe so. Yeah.
That would be the shorter
that's the
trip
quick
to
way.
Japan. Not that there's a
Definitely.
short trip to Japan, but yeah. Have you
14 hours.
Is this going to be your longest flight ever?
It is. In fact, yes. Yes.
Is it direct from Boston? What are you doing? You got a direct or you have a layover?
It is direct. Flying out, it's just straight Boston to Narita. That's one of the two Tokyo airports. And then coming home is going to be a little more rough. We're flying into San Francisco and then San Fran to Boston. So this is at least a shorter travel day than I'm going to have on my way home.
14 hours straight on an airplane. What do you have? The middle seat or something? Do you get middle, aisle, window?
I don't know.
You know, it's probably the worst. Since you're traveling with your mom, one of you probably will be stuck with a middle seat.
I think so, but hey, we can swap here and there. Like, I don't mind sitting in the middle at some points, but honestly, I'm not even sure the layout of this plane.
I wonder.
It's kind of a surprise.
Oh, I hope you get out as the snow is coming. I wonder if this
Boston's
is like
not supposed to be that bad, though. I think I might get away with it, but we'll see.
Okay. I wonder if this plane's going to be like one of those planes you can kind of walk around and there will be a mini bar and stuff set up. You might, I don't know where you're sitting and like what kind of ticket you bought, but I think if you bought something a little better than economy, or if you're just like smooth and act like you know what you're doing, maybe you can like go to a lounge area or something. Casey Neistat's done that a few times. It would be really sweet if you could get one of those like those big boxy seats that recline all the way to a bed and have your own little TV, but
Yeah, that was out of our price range.
I was going to say, I get the feeling that wasn't in your budget. It's not in any of our
One
budgets.
of those tickets was a solid, like, I want to say like $8,000 extra dollars. And I was like, I don't think so. I'm going to save that money and spend it out in Tokyo. Why not?
What would be the max you would pay for one of those nice seats? And we're not talking top of the line seats, but one of the ones that, you know, you kind of get your own little cube and you recline into a bed.
All right. If I'm going on a flight, say, to Australia, okay, then I would I would spend some extra cash, but I don't think I would spend more than like, even $2,000 is like way more than I would want to. But for a long flight, I mean, I might cave. But yeah, these tickets were not cheap, so we took what we could get. My uncle was actually awesome, and he used a bunch of his airline points to help us get out. So thank you, Uncle Paul. We love you.
I have an Uncle Paul. That's cool.
Do you? Awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I don't know. What would I spend? When I had the chance to go to Kona and Scott was going to pay for the ticket, I said to myself, I would pay an extra $1,000 for a nice seat upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
The seat I wanted for that upgrade, I think
Yeah.
ended up being like an extra $3,000. And I said, nope.
See,
I
you
ended
gotta
up
draw
never
the
going
line.
anyways, but yeah.
Oh, because that was this year's or last year's trip to Kona. Last year's trip, right? Or 2 years?
Both years. Yeah, basically, it never happened for me. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I spent $1,000 on a plane ticket that he was going to refund me for.
Mm-hmm.
Kona got canceled. I basically had $1,000 voucher that I ended up using for Disney, and that kind of sucked because I had the money. I I had the voucher, I had to use
Right.
it, but that made that then I had to fly out of Boston with a layover, and that just kind of stunk. So Bruins just scored. They're going to win the game 3-1. I'm downstairs in the living room. Everyone's sleeping upstairs.
Are you sure it's not a
Whoa!
recap?
Oh my God! The goalie just scored. The Bruins goalie scored.
What? The
Omar just scored the goal. Holy shit! The Bruins goalie just scored a goal.
That's really cool, actually. How often does that happen? Does that kind of thing
like
happen?
once every 5 years. They're like all jumping on top. Oh my God. He went for it a month ago in the Winter Classic, and they've been trying this. I can't believe it. He just scored a fucking goal. Holy shit. Oh my God.
That's crazy. You just happen to be looking at it. Nice, dude.
And they almost never try unless they have like a 2-goal lead. We had a 1-goal lead. He just, oh my God. I can't wait to rewind this and watch it unmuted because it's muted on the TV right now. He just scored a goal. Oh my God. That is so cool.
So your
We
day
just
was
got
made.
the live reaction.
Your day was made. That's awesome.
That was great. I say we get to our interview.
Let's jump right in, shall we? What can
I
beat
can't
that,
believe
though?
that just happened.
Dude, that's nuts.
Oh, congratulations, Linus. First Boston Bruin to ever score a goal. It's like our 99th season. Goalie. First Bruins goalie to ever score a goal.
Okay.
This is insane.
I am impressed.
I can't believe he just scored. Let's just get to the interview.
You're
Let's
like,
just
"Oh,
get to the
whoops."
interview. We had a
Yeah.
fantastic interview. It was in person with one of the girls from the 440 crew. It was Lindsey. Lindsey is so cool. This was a ton of fun. I can't wait to talk to more people from the 440 crew. The in person together, that was a ton of fun. That was a lot of fun. We don't do that enough. It was the third time we've done that. 3 right there.
Yeah, the listeners might have caught a glimpse of it when we the episode with Nicole, because Lindsay got to join us for our closing, and we
That's
were
right.
having a blast. So
Yes.
that's what the rest of the episode's going to be with, guys. Buckle up.
And she makes the most delicious cupcakes, everybody.
You guys just wish you had those cupcakes.
Oh my God.
Peanut butter and chocolate, and they were vegan, and they were delicious.
They were
I'm
so
not
good.
vegan, but I couldn't tell the difference. They were fantastic.
All right,
Lindsay,
guys.
keep doing what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Enjoy the interview of Lindsay. This was fantastic. It was so much fun. Can't wait to do more with the 440 crew. Guys, you're going to enjoy this. Have fun. Our next guest on the pod is another runner from the 440 crew. She's homegrown right here in New Hampshire and also owns her own bakery.
We have some yummy treats here.
For some reason, in the middle of the winter, she enjoys traveling to the top of Maine where the average high temperature is 29 degrees just to run in a marathon because it's free.
Nice and balmy up there, right?
But we like crazy and we like her. When you're running with her, she's easy to find because she has some of the best and most colorful hair. And we are super excited to have her on. Lindsey Bristol, welcome to the On the Runs podcast.
Thanks, guys. I'm so happy to be here.
And we are so happy you are here also, not only just because you brought cupcakes.
I mean, that is always a bonus, right?
Definitely a bonus, but you are so awesome, and I love anything that has to do with you, so I'm glad you could come over today.
I'm so thrilled.
You said come over. We are in person. We don't get to
we
do this
are.
often. We are on your original kitchen table, the original kitchen podcast studio.
Please ignore any weird noises.
I think she's the
Creepy
second ever guest to come here and be on
She
the
is.
kitchen studio.
The only other one was Rachel.
Heck yeah.
Rachel runs for medals.
I'm in great company then.
You are.
Yes, you are.
Absolutely are. This is great. So how you been?
I've been great.
Last time
Awesome.
and the first time I ever saw you was back in Thanksgiving when we met at the Turkey Trot, or was it the
yeah.
Gobbler?
The Great Gobbler.
The Great Gobbler, yeah.
Yep.
Which
Nashville.
you guys got me to go to because you talked about it on the pod.
That's right. It was kind of like our
It worked. It was like
yeah. It was like our first ever podcast group run, and Lindsay showed up.
Peer pressure works.
I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'll sign up last minute. They better show up.
Right.
It was
Oh my
great.
God. I remember her being like texting me in the morning. Are you still coming? I'm like, yes, because I think someone else is coming. We have to show
I
up.
had to ask him because I was like, I don't want to get out of bed. It's so cold.
It was cold.
It was a cold
Yeah.
morning. So I'm glad it worked out.
You know what the best part is? That she was the only one who showed up. Next time if we do this and we get 2 people, we had 100% improvement.
It's great way to look at it.
Right?
Let's hope we get more than two people.
It was a ton of fun.
statistics
We got
work
to
out.
run and got to know you. So, yeah, that was awesome. I'm so glad that happened. I'm so glad you're here. Another member of the 440 crew. And you brought some treats. And I got to ask you, are they dairy free?
Of course, they're dairy free.
She did good.
I actually made them vegan.
Vegan.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're delicious.
They're actually really good. Like I
I'm
make
excited.
this. I found this recipe on the internet a while ago, probably like 2 years ago, for vegan chocolate cake, and it's honestly the best like chocolate cake recipe,
Awesome.
hands down. So I use that.
That's amazing. They look
Yeah.
so good. They're
with
like,
with peanut butter frosting.
what?
Perfect.
Peanut butter? Love peanut
Oh my
butter.
gosh.
Is it like
So
in poor taste to eat and podcast at the same time?
Absolutely not. And we're going to do it.
I feel like people are not going to want me like eating a cupcake on.
So actually,
On the pod.
good question here. And you told us earlier because you were on the ending of our Nicole Bryant episode.
Mm-hmm.
You were a little hungover this morning. So you're totally cool with drinking alcohol. What about the rest of the 440 crew? And we get them for like a little round table. Are they cool drinking? Because Erika's dream is to have a podcast where we all get drunk on.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, obviously, Tara's down for sure.
Yes.
We all know that. And then Holly, her and her boyfriend, like regularly go to breweries. They've been to every brewery in the state. So
Wow.
Whoa.
yeah.
Every-
And Carly and
How many breweries are in the state?
Gosh, I don't know. Holly would have to answer that for you.
Okay.
So you have to
Write-
get her
write the
on. Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
that's an
Bree would love.
interesting
Yeah,
fact.
everyone. They all.
I imagine, not a shot at Katie here, but I imagine Katie will be the first one drunk.
Oh, Katie can drink.
Yeah?
Oh, she's got some stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I think she has more that she's hiding. And once we get like 2 of these pints in her, we're going to get a few of them.
Oh, get some college stories from her. She's got some wild ones.
Oh, I can't
I'm excited
wait.
about this.
Can't wait. That's going to be a
Speaking
long
of breweries,
episode.
though, I just recently went to the new location of Spyglass.
Oh my gosh.
I went Saturday afternoon after my long run, and they had a bouncer. It was so packed,
that
they
crazy?
would not let everybody in. It
I'm
was
so
packed.
pumped for them. I'm glad that they're growing and their beer is amazing, but their old brewery was so close to my house. So I'm like,
You used to work at a brewery.
I sure did. I worked at Pipe Dream.
No way.
And we were you were just at Pipe Dream.
I was, because I did Katie's fundraiser there. I actually have a gift card now because I won one of her raffles, so I'll have to go back. But
Yep.
how long did you work there for?
Just for like a year and a half. So Spencer, my husband, we went in there one day randomly. It was like not long after they opened, probably 6 months after they opened. And he's like, I'm going to become a member. So we would go there pretty often. And then one day I was like, hey, John, can you just give me a job? And he was like, sure. Yeah. So I worked like one day a week, 1 or 2 days.
Part-time, but
Yeah,
that's fun.
yeah.
That's awesome.
It's fun.
So you are homegrown in New Hampshire,
I sure am.
and you grew up where?
Mont Vernon and Amherst. My mom liked to move a lot, but she kept us in the same school system. So we'd live at a house for like 2 or 3 years, and then she'd be like, I want something new, but I want to keep you in the same school system. So
I like that.
That was nice.
I'm a big fan of those areas, especially some of the roads to go cycling on. Great spot.
I work over that way. I'm in Amherst. I do know the sort of area that Lindsay lives in right now because I see you running everywhere.
You're in You're in Hollis right now.
I am in Hollis.
There's a road called the Nartoff.
Oh, yeah.
We call it the Nartoff.
the Nartoff.
I think it's called Nartoff Road
Yep.
or
Oh,
Hill.
road. Yep.
It is a beast of a hill.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
So
There's some-
avoid it all
Yeah,
costs.
I mean,
there's
it's
some-
a
there's
beast.
gnarly hills.
It's a beast to bike up. It's double the beast to run up. It would be great Mount Washington auto road training. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love it though. Once you get to the top, really nice reward.
Are you going to put your name in the lottery for?
Well, we just talked about this because it's Father's Day weekend, you told me, right?
It is. It's like the Saturday, though.
And you know what happens every Father's Day weekend? I don't know why they do this, but this has been happening ever since I was a little kid. It is the dance recitals. So
That's true.
every Father's Day weekend when my sister had dance, we would be at her dance recital. And now with my daughters in dance, we always have a dance recital. And so I didn't get to do the relay, the brewery chase relay, where we would stop at Pipe Dream last year because of the dance recital. So
Okay.
I really wanted to do that last year. The relay.
It is a lot of fun.
are you putting your name in the lottery bucket?
I am.
Okay, I'm going to put my name in.
Yep. I did it last. So
Sorry, kid.
Yeah. So I did it last year, but last year they cut it in half because
Right.
the weather was
That's right.
terrible. So I
you
only
didn't get the full
I didn't get the full experience.
Mount Washington's been making this podcast quite a bit. I love it. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite
Yeah.
spots.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, I'm going to put my name in the lottery.
Yep.
I'm nowhere ready for it. But
If you do it, we can do like a team thing, right? Like if you get in, I get in, and if I get in, you get in, and if we don't get in,
I've
then
heard
nobody gets in.
I've heard
Is that
the
a thing?
rumor that you have a better chance to get in if you're on a team. That's what I've been told.
Okay.
I don't know how true that is.
I heard a rumor that we might have the Mount Washington Auto Road Race on the podcast soon. Heard a rumor. That's it.
All right.
Not giving away any more clues.
Okay.
If you
All right.
see me, my face is like, huh?
You're like, what? Is that happening?
No, it's not you. It's
Oh shit!
Are
All
you
right.
serious?
yeah.
Holy shit.
We'll tell you this. We'll tell you the story soon.
That's fucking awesome.
We'll fill you in. So should I just say fuck it and sign up for this?
Yeah.
Like the lottery. Okay. If you are a bad influence on me, man.
Good.
Yeah. Just do it.
It could be drugs.
Wait a second. Erica,
Yes.
you are like the queen of bad ideas.
I know that there are some bad ideas that are worse than others.
But I feel like every runner that is like really into running, we're all the kings and queens of bad ideas, right?
correct.
I love it.
She actually, Lindsay, one of her favorite races that we'll get into, I signed up for because she was running it this coming year. So, we'll
Hell
get
yeah.
into that.
Are you going up to Maine?
No, not that one. It's a local favorite of hers.
Oh.
So we'll talk about it. It's on the list.
All right. Well, let's get.
We're so Octavi.
I told her. I sent her the show notes. I go, this is just kind of to hopefully keep us on track, but we're probably going to go off track. We've gone so far
That's
off track.
We hit like 2 things on our list.
Yeah. Hi. This is how I operate too. Tangents. All the tangents.
We determined that you live in New Hampshire.
Yes.
We determined that you own your own bakery.
Kind of.
Out of your home.
Yes.
It is not your full-time job.
It is not.
We don't have to get into your full-time job, but maybe one day.
Maybe one day my full-time job would be to own an actual bakery.
How cool would
Like
that be?
storefront.
What's the name of your bakery?
The Cupcake Bandit.
I love it.
So, but it's really funny because I used to only make cupcakes. That's it. I was like terrible at cakes. And then at some point it switched. People are like, can you make this cake? Can you make this cake? Can you make this cake? And I was always like, oh, but I'm so not good at it. And then I just started doing them all the time. And it was so crazy because after COVID, so probably the beginning of 2021, it was everyone wanted cakes. No one wanted cupcakes anymore. I was like, but still, like, I'd rather have a cupcake because you don't have to have someone else touching your stuff.
It makes sense in the time of COVID.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was a hectic 2021 was a hectic year with the baking. So I've definitely stepped back from it since then.
Until tonight.
No, I still do it. But
I'm like salivating over those. Like I really
Erica can't stop looking at him.
get
It's
into
really
them.
distracting us. So, okay, we determined you run, and we determined you bake, but your Instagram handle is I run, I bake, I know things.
I run and bake. Yeah.
What do you know?
What I was gonna say, did I put I drank in there too? Because I feel like I might have.
You should. You absolutely should.
Should I?
What are these things you know?
No, Game of Thrones. I just like came and threw it in there from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And, yeah. I drink and I know things.
I love it. I
bake.
never watched
I
Game of
actually
Thrones, so
don't-
it was right over my head.
He didn't watch it.
So disappointed.
I know. Well, I just got.
Tyrion Lannister, he's the
It's
best.
HBO, and I just got HBO Max. Thank you, Hannah.
Okay.
You can catch
if
up.
you just got HBO, tell me that you're watching Ted Lasso.
I
No,
thought
that's Apple.
That's Apple. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
But yes, I watched.
Apple. Sorry.
I watched that.
Don't listen to me.
And we
We're
don't
all
like.
excited.
we're watching on something else on
And
HBO.
as
I can't remember.
as people learned on the Nicole Bryan episode, we don't like Apple. We don't like bad apples.
I guess
We're Android people here.
Well, we're Android people, but okay.
You-
good.
Android.
Oh, we got another high five for a team Android. High
Give you one
five.
too.
Always.
I think Apple TV is the only Apple related thing that I do like.
The only Apple related thing I have is the iPod 2, the second one.
The original iPods were great.
Yeah. I see Ted Lasso clips, but I don't know.
It's so wholesome.
It's
It looks
so
good, but just it's Apple. It's another streaming service I'm not ready to jump onto. So
we end up only getting it because it was offered with something we bought. So
and then they get you in with the subscription a year later.
I know.
Yeah,
That's why you
Go
gotta
monthly,
set
man.
little,
I'm a
you gotta
Dis-
set little reminders
I'm a Disney
for
Plus
yourself.
guy. I'm a Netflix guy. Not really. You know,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't have HBO if it wasn't for my sister. She works for them now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
she's a top dog, big wig at HBO.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Good for her.
Talking 7-figure income. Anyways, let's get. I got to bring us back on track.
Do you? Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, we're a running podcast. We got to talk about running and poop, and I think we got some of that covered up. So,
God.
let's talk about running. When did you really become a runner?
So, right after I had my daughter, but not right after. So it was the winter after I had my daughter.
Right after she had her daughter. Daughter comes out of the womb.
I was like,
boom,
just start
off on the
running.
road running.
Get out of the hospital bed. Just run.
Absolutely incredible.
They're like, hold on, we gotta cut the umbilical cord.
I gotta run a
Phil.
mile. I got all this adrenaline right now. You just had a baby. Fuck yeah, let's
I'm
go.
running a fucking marathon.
That just screams like Crystal Buckley to me because she was like she ran
my gosh,
pregnant
I
like
know.
Boston, and she was like she's super fast anyways, and I feel like she popped out a baby and was
I know
like,
she
"Ooh,
like
good to go.
she's like 8.5 months pregnant, and I'll never be as fast as her 8.5 months pregnant when I'm not
Same,
pregnant.
Same. Anyway,
Yeah. So
But yeah, so you had a baby. You went for a jog.
Yep. So after I had my daughter, my brother and my dad were doing Couch to 5K. And I have seasonal depression. So winter time was coming and I was like, oh no, I could feel myself getting into that slump. And combine that with, you know, like not postpartum, but it was like baby blues. I'm like, oh my God, I have to do something, or I need to do something. And I said, oh, I'll just do Couch to 5K. So I did that. I signed up for my first 5K. I did it in Portsmouth, I think. And then it just opened the floodgates. I was like, all right, now I got to sign up for a half marathon. All right, now I got to sign up for a marathon. Now I have to do this. And it just kept going. My brother and my dad don't run anymore.
but you kept
But
it
you
going.
But I kept going, yep.
And how old is your daughter now?
My daughter is 14.
14. So you've been running for 14 years.
Been running for some time, yeah.
Yeah.
I did run a little bit before that. I played soccer in high school. So after high school, I dabbled with running and then took another break. But yeah, so
I feel like that's the good jump off point because that's exactly what I did. I did the high school soccer, although it took me a while to get actually into running. But
She didn't get any playing time during high school soccer. She told me that during a run.
oh really?
Yeah, because we run by her soccer coach's house.
yeah, not gonna lie, it was not the best, but I was always like the one cheering everybody on. I won several sportsmanship
I was gonna say
awards.
that's important.
You know,
so I started playing soccer at like 4. My dad was a coach, and then I played through sophomore year. But once I got into high school, I just didn't like it anymore. It just wasn't fun. I went to Amherst, so Souhegan. And I don't know how it is now, but at the time when I was going there, it was super competitive and everyone just took sports way too seriously. And I'm like, you're taking all the fun out of it.
I feel like it's still like that.
Yeah. So I remember there was a girl, it was like the team captain. She spit in someone's face that was on our team. And like that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm like,
Can't
I
do
can't
that.
do this anymore.
I bring up her soccer story a little bit because when I will email a future guest of the pod, I didn't email you because we just had a group chat, but when I'll email someone who doesn't know much about us, I'll go, it's kind of like, you know, your long running partner that you just open up and tell each other everything.
Yeah.
And she kind of did that when we were running through Goffstown, and she's starting to open up to me. And I'm like, all right, she's opening up. She's telling me this whole story about how she never got any playing time with the soccer coach, and maybe she didn't like him. And then one day, like a year later, she's running or something. You go by him and he apologized to her.
He did, yeah. So
my gosh.
I was on JV through my junior year, and then just because like, hey, you're going to be a senior, you should probably be on varsity. But I really wasn't that good. There were definitely people better than me, so he would always just sit me down. And then I played a couple times, and that was my senior career, like just sitting on the bench. So I think I saw him in like a CVS or Rite Aid or something, and he goes, I'm just really sorry that that's how you had to spend your senior year. And I'm like, honestly, I didn't mind it because I was with my friends. I was still sort of part of the game. And like, I mean, it was just really nice that he apologized because he's like, I was just so focused on winning, but Goffstown was never that great.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I do appreciate what he did.
Yeah,
like,
that's sweet.
Yeah. So I harbor no hard feelings towards him whatsoever. And
It took that apology though. It was that. No.
well, no,
Prior
I
to
mean,
that,
he was a fine guy anyways. Like Like I was really close to my teammates. So it worked itself out.
But the long running partner you share everything with, and we that was a moment for us.
Yep.
That might have been a small, because she already heard everything about me. It was a moment I got hurt.
You're an open book.
Open the same. Yeah, in the same way.
So your first race was a 5K, but what was your first big race? You said you went up, maybe 10K, half marathon.
So I did, my first half marathon was Apple Fest, which used to be in Hollis. I think it was like maybe the year after I did it, they stopped doing it. And it was a great race. It's actually right near where I live right now. So I did that. And then I signed up for my first marathon, which was Vermont City.
Ooh.
And I did that in 2010. So yeah, and then it just kind of went from there. Manchester City was my next one, like my next marathon, not my next big race. And then actually like the week after I ran Manchester City, I wasn't feeling well at all. And I went to the doctors and they were like, oh, we can't figure out what's wrong with you. We think you have like some respiratory, there was something going around that they thought I had. They put me on like a Z-Pack and all that stuff. And I was like, no, I'm literally getting out of breath running a quarter of a mile. And I don't know what's going on. They're like, no, that's probably what it is. So I take this.
You're like, no, but I'm a runner. This doesn't happen.
Yeah. So
Seriously.
I take this medication and then I think I'm starting to feel better. I was like, oh, I think I might be getting better. And I had a follow-up appointment. So I canceled the appointment. And then it was 2 days later, I woke up. I wasn't feeling good. I had to go downstairs where I was living at the time. Our laundry room was in the basement. So go down to the basement to get the laundry, and I'm walking up just that one flight of stairs. I get to the couch, and I was doubled over, like my head between my legs, gasping for air. So my husband at the time, he's like getting ready to go to work, and he said, hey, take it easy today. Like, I don't know what's going on. Just like, don't do anything strenuous. Just hang out, relax. And I had to return the Comcast cable box. So I drive to Nashua. I walk in from my car into Comcast, was like 20 feet, completely out of breath. So I call my mom and she's like, you need to call the hospital. I had no idea what was going on. So I think I'd been to the doctors 2 or 3 times over like 3 weeks at that point. And so I went and they did my oxygen levels and they were super low.
Oh, shit.
So they were like, yeah, I don't know about this. They were like, you need to, I was at the urgent care. We're taking you by ambulance to the hospital. And I was like,
whoa,
like, what is going on? They're like, well, they did x-rays too. And they said they found nothing in your lungs. So we think that you might have blood clots because they don't show up on x-rays.
Ooh.
But your oxygen levels are insane. And they did blood work too. So I got there and I'm at Southern New Hampshire. My parents are down there too. And I'm like, why is this taking, like, I just want to get out. Why is this taking
Right.
so long? They're running all these tests. And finally someone's like, you're not going anywhere.
Oh, no.
So I had 4-inch long blood clots in both of my lungs.
4 inches.
Yep. And the doctor was like, yeah, you definitely ran a marathon with like blood clots in your lungs.
Oh, my God.
Yep. So I was in ICU for like 8 days and then 3 days more in the hospital. And the doctor said, you might not ever be able to run again. So that was a weird year.
Well, you certainly proved them wrong.
That was a weird year, yeah.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So that things were a little bit slow after that. And then I ran Cape Cod, I think that year.
Whoa. No, blood clots. Let's stick with blood clots here. How did you recover? What was the recovery process? Did they just put you on blood thinners?
Yeah. So when I was in the hospital, I was like hooked up to blood thinners. And then I had to be on Coumadin for however long. And I had to be like really careful. They're like, you can't run because they don't want you like having the blood clots break up and like go out.
Yeah.
Move.
That's
So
dangerous.
I couldn't run. They're like, don't do anything where you might fall and bruise yourself easily because you're on blood thinners. So don't do anything where you cut yourself. Don't do it. Yeah. So there was like some really weird things. Like one time I was watching the Celtics and I bit into a cracker and it cut the roof of my mouth open and it wouldn't stop bleeding. So I had to go to the emergency room.
The first thing you did wrong was watching the Celtics, but besides that.
Yeah. So I had to go to the emergency room. I had just this cut on the roof of my mouth that would not stop bleeding. So, and then like, the next couple of years after that, I had to be really mindful of my body and just like listen to how I was feeling because
Right.
if I would get out of breath easily, then I'd have to go get checked.
Like, do you have a greater chance now of getting blood clots?
I don't think so. I think that like they could never determine like why I got them in the first place.
Okay. We don't know how you got them,
Yeah.
but how did people get blood clots? It's just a thing?
That's the thing was when they found out that I had blood clots, they asked me all these questions. Have you had surgery recently? Because sometimes that can happen. Have you been on long trips where you're, sitting?
Sure. Yeah.
And no, they couldn't pinpoint it. So there were birth control.
4-inch blood clots in both of your lungs.
Yeah.
Just those two spots or any more?
Yep.
Lungs.
Yeah. So that was crazy.
You ran not just any marathon, the Manchester Marathon.
Yeah. So I ran that. So that was 2011. And they were like, you might never run again. And then I ran a marathon in 2012.
Just because your lungs are damaged? Like why you will never, you hear about someone who has a knee replacement or a hip injury.
Well, they say if you're on, because you don't actually get rid of the blood. Yeah. And you don't really get rid of the blood clots. It just breaks them up and they go into your body just smaller.
Yeah.
So the blood thinners, they basically said if you're going to be on blood thinners for the rest of your life, you might not be able to run.
And are you on them right now?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
That's a comeback story if I ever heard one. Holy shit.
We didn't even have that in the show notes.
That's insane.
Yeah. So then in 2012, in October, I ran my third marathon, and that's my PR. It still stands as my PR to this day. Never beat it.
Okay. Where was that?
Cape Cod.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to go back.
You're like,
No.
hold on.
I got to ask this. No.
You blew his mind right
We
here.
had Mike Beeman, and Mike Beeman broke both his kneecaps and tore his quads, right?
He didn't break his kneecaps, did he?
Maybe he broke one. So Mike Beeman's doctor says, you'll probably never run again. We're talking a guy who's run his whole life. He's at like 40 straight Boston marathons at the time, give or take a few, right? And the doctor said, you'll probably never run again. He goes, okay, let's the Cardos dealt, no big deal. And I was kind of like,
Wait, what?
I was like, what? What were you like? So that was 11 years ago. So you were only running for 3 years.
Yeah.
Were you
So,
like,
I was kind of devastated, and yeah, it's crazy that Mike was like, oh, all
and
right,
you
I guess
mentioned
that's-
earlier seasonal depression. I don't know if that was something back then either, but then a lot of people use running to help, and then you just lost that avenue.
Yeah. Yep. So that is my number one reason why I run is. So I've had one other injury since I've only had one in. Okay, I've had two running injuries, and one was a stress fracture, and I think that my husband doesn't ever want to see me get injured again, based solely on the fact that I'm a miserable human being if I don't run. So
He also doesn't like it when you run in shorts.
he is not a fan.
Yeah.
It has to be really cold.
It has to
though.
be yes.
You have a rule, right? He has a rule, and if the
If
temperature's
it's below freezing,
you have to wear pants.
pants.
Yeah, and that's your husband's rule.
He's like, I don't ask anything. This is the one thing
Right.
I'm asking of you. I was like, okay.
Totally
All
cool.
right, all right.
I think I've heard that from someone else on the podcast too. I think Katie's husband, Mike. Yep.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. All right.
Not that he's a controlling guy.
Nope,
he's just looking
he's
out
not.
for you.
Nope. He's like,
Spencer's out there looking for the best for
fair.
Lindsay.
His thing was, you're a huge klutz. And so what happens if you're out and you're running and it's icy out and you're wearing shorts and you fall and you hit your head and you're laying there in shorts and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. I see what you're saying.
And so you're not on blood thinners now, but if you were to fall and cut yourself, are you at a greater risk?
Right now? No.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
No. It's like
She good.
It's like it never happened.
She
Never
good.
happened. Wow. Cool.
That is a comeback story. Wow.
It's pretty amazing. Like I said, we're going to go off track here on the notes. It wasn't even there.
Sorry.
I love it.
It's funny because I don't think about it that much. And then I was like, I knew you guys were going to ask me kind of about my running journey. And I was like, oh, yeah, there was that one time
That's
where
a
I had those
huge
blood
part.
clots.
Yeah. We just ran the hardest marathon in the state. And then apparently I had blood clots in my lungs. Not a big deal. Super badass hero over here.
Just stubborn and dumb, probably, a lot of times.
So during your whole journey through all your races and your getting healthy, you have found more recently the 440 crew. And we've already talked to Tara, we've already talked to Katie, but now we want to hear some of your
Hashtag
stories.
440 run crew.
Hashtag.
So we want to hear some of your stories about the 440 crew. So how did you find the 440 crew?
So Katie and I knew Tara already too. So Katie and I were both Her Tribe Athletics ambassadors.
Very nice, yes.
And so we only knew each other from the internet. We were like internet friends. And kind of like, everyone from She Runs This Town, you're like, oh, I know you because I see you post on this group, but I don't actually know you. So we would chat with each other, we would message, and she kept being like, we need to get together and run. We have to. So we finally make it work out. And we started running every once in a while at lunch. So it would be Katie and myself, and then my friend Kay as well. And so then Katie started running with the 440 crew, and I was like, I can do early. I can do early, but I was like, that's kind of gross. I don't know. I just early is fine. Like my husband will be like, you're insane. You wake up way too early. But my thing is I like to get up and like have a cup of coffee and then go for a run. And obviously when I'm driving up to Manchester for like 4:30 or 4:40 in the morning, it's basically
kind of a 30-minute drive for you too.
Yep, 30 minutes. How much time do I have? Like how much I can get ready in this much time? Like 10 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. Make sure I have everything laid out. Make sure I have my coffee ready to go. Throw my clothes on, and I just drive up there and like chug my coffee as I'm driving. But yeah, so I end up showing up one day. I was like, hey, Katie, where are you guys running tomorrow? And she told me where, and I showed up, and I think I told Tara and Katie that I would be there. And then, yeah, they took me up like Union Street up to, was it up Union? Yeah, we went up Union, and then whatever, we're cruising up Union, and Holly was like, if you stick with us after this, then we know you're good. Right? And I did. So yeah, it's fun. They're a great crew. I have two crews. I have them, and then I have my other crew, which is called the Varsity Crew.
The Varsity Crew.
Yeah. So when I first started running with other people, because for the first, 6 years I ran solo. So when I first started running with people, I ran with people in Nashua, and none of them really liked to get up early, and I needed early. So I kind of put like a message out on She Runs This Town, and someone reached out to me, and then it was called the Sassy Striders then. So a bunch of us started running, and it was all different paces. And then after COVID, or during COVID, everyone broke into smaller groups, but like based on pace, basically. And then some of the people were like, oh, that's the Varsity Crew because they're faster than us. So it just like stuck.
I don't know.
I love it too.
So we're always like Varsity. I'm like an honorary member because I'm not that fast, but you guys just put up with me.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always left out on this She Runs This Town talk. We're in a group chat, and Shauna, and Katie will be talking about, oh, this run happening, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, over here, I don't know what's going on because I can't see it. Erika, where am I meeting you? Oh, you didn't see the post? I can't see it.
You need to make He Runs This Town.
Yeah. Or maybe I can just be Erika Knutson. I'll spell Erika the right way.
No.
Oh.
No, we argue over this. The K is the way to go.
Wait a second. I heard you say before that you might show up for a 440 run.
It's going to happen after we get more members of the 440 and we do a round table, or maybe the day of the round table after a nap or something. So I want to get all the 440 crew on one day. So who do we have left? We have Holly.
We have Holly. Oh my gosh, there's so many. There's Jen and Jen.
Let's get the hardcores.
Oh, well, so I'm definitely not one of the hardcores.
Oh, you're hardcore.
Because I only go one day a week. So there's like Holly's hardcore, Tara's hardcore, Jen, Carly. Carly's badass. Let's see. Who else is in there? I said both Jens, right?
Mm-hmm. Jen squared.
Jen squared, yeah. I'm going to feel like an idiot when Bridget.
Oh, feel free to look up who it is.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to feel like an idiot.
Who's Bridget?
Bridget. So she's only there every once in a while.
She work at Runner's Alley?
No,
Different
not that Bridget. No. Let me see. Oh, she does. Okay, yeah. So Jen, Katie, Erika, Tara, Bridget, Carly,
not me,
Brianna,
Erika.
Holly, Christine.
That's a big list. That's a lot of episodes, but yes, I will join you for a 440 run one day.
Yeah, do it. It's so much fun.
I live in Manchester.
And it's so funny. Like, we literally, it's like any of your running friends talk about basically anything.
It's going to be in the summer.
That's what I love. Anything goes on runs.
I don't know if we can get Erika up that early, though. That probably won't happen.
Like crash on your couch, maybe, but like from
just
here,
do it just once. Just do it once. It's doable.
Take a nap.
If I
the
have a
next
Friday
day.
off, maybe
Oh, that's right, because it's Tuesday and Thursdays.
Yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
So I'll have.
You want Thursday off, not Friday.
I was going to say that.
right,
That's
right.
why I had to
Yeah.
rethink because I'm like, ooh, I do have a Friday coming up off. But yeah.
Yeah,
One
well,
of
the
these
other
days.
thing too is, there's a group chat that's always going, actually for both of my running groups. And
Do you call it the 440 crew in the varsity? Do you call
No,
it,
so
your group
okay.
chat doesn't have a name?
my
440 crew, come on.
I know, I don't know why it hasn't changed to that yet. Hashtag 440 crew.
Right.
So actually my other group, the varsity group, our chat name is Hills Angels.
I like it.
We change it every once in a while. We change it up, but it's been that for a while.
We were, for the longest time, the Breakfast Club.
I liked that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
But then we stopped having breakfast together and then we're just kind of like,
I mean, that is the
Wanna
thing
get
to
back
do,
into
though,
that.
is like to do a long run and then you go out for brunch after. Nothing is better than
Dan
that.
would make us breakfast and be ready by the time we're back. Because we would have it at Katie's house.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. I don't
sounds
think we've really
amazing.
done a breakfast at Katie's house since COVID ended.
it's been a while.
We would have breakfast in the driveway.
That was
social
when
distancing.
COVID started.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I brought a box of donuts and I was like, "Here you go, guys!" And we all just sat in like a circle in our driveway.
Isn't it so wild to think that was just like a couple of years ago
Seriously,
and things were so different? I remember just the first time I ran with someone else after COVID was with my friend Betsy. We didn't even run near each other. I was like, she's like, all right, I'm going to be back here. Just, we can yell at each other. Like,
Well, we were probably a couple days away from having like window barriers here on the table because when this episode drops, Erika's going to be on her way to Japan and she's like really nervous about like, don't get sick.
I don't blame her.
Right?
I've just been more careful lately. I've been trying to wear like a mask in a grocery store,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. Like I haven't. Well, then again, I totally didn't at the brewery the other day that we were talking about. So I was like, I guess it's.
You're going to be
here and there.
quarantining for the next 2 weeks right here in the house. You're not going to, once I leave her tonight, I'm not going to see her again until after Japan.
That's crazy.
we'll be
How long are you
virtual,
going to be in
though.
Japan for?
Not very long, only like 6 days or something like
Gosh,
that.
that's
A
quick.
long time
That's
to
quick.
travel, but I mean, I have a lot of running goals this year that are going to take me to some interesting places, so I couldn't spend all my vacation.
You have some
time in
running
one
goals
spot.
and some non-running goals,
Yes,
but we can't talk about that.
Yes,
Well, all right. So 440 crew, give me some 440 stories.
Oh my gosh. Well, Tara already gave you one about the running. And wait, no.
Filling up the gas tank or not filling up the gas tank.
always fill up your gas tank.
Oh gosh. Oh no, Katie. Katie gave you the one about us running in the lightning, which was like
yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
You were there.
Yeah, that was a real scary.
Wasn't that you did a 4-mile run and then you guys all joined someone else who had to do like 16?
It was somehow there was
the-
some overlap where it
run
was
got
like one
extended.
person had to run, X amount of miles and then someone else had to run this much.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of overlapping. And on Thursdays when I run, sometimes I'll just keep running after everyone leaves because I don't have to go to work until 8:30. So have kind of a little time. I usually go into work early, but I'm like, I have like an hour. I can run more miles. So yeah, I'm trying to think. I think maybe Katie might have had to run long that day. Yeah, it was interesting. And then Holly took us, she was like, we can do this route. And then we get out and then the lightning and the thunder is coming and no matter what, we were still like 4 miles away from our car. So what are you
gotta
gonna
finish
do?
it one way or another. That's intense.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So it's funny. So being like the newest person of the 440 crew, like at first you have to like kind of ease your way in, but you don't really. Like in my mind, I was like, do I unleash like me onto this group right now?
Can
Like-
they handle me?
Like I'm not sure because I don't know every.
I just got in. I want to stay in.
Yeah, like Katie, obviously I know. I was like, I don't know. Well, Tara, she knows me too. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just. This is who I am. And yeah, I immediately start with the poop talk, with the with everything. Sex talk, poop talk, whatever goes.
It makes for interesting.
That's weird that I just put those two things back to back.
not the same.
Oh yeah, Code Browns. Let me tell you.
Anything specific?
Where do I even start? I'd have to say like probably my funniest one. And I honestly was not going to tell anyone about this for at first. And then I was like, you know what? This is hilarious. And how do I not tell this to people?
Another On the Run's exclusive.
Yeah. So this was when I was running with varsity one morning, and I had a long run. So I started before everyone else. So I go out and I think I do like 4 or 5 miles by myself. Then I meet up with everyone. And I think I had to do like 8 more miles or 9 more miles. And I got like halfway through. And I was like, you guys, I need to take a detour here because I have to go to the bathroom so bad. I was still like a mile away from my car. And so they keep running, and it's like 5:15 in the morning, and it's dark. And I'm in this little neighborhood. There's no woods, there's no trees. And I'm like, I can't make it to my car. I can't do it. No. I can't do it. And I was like, and I can't just like shit my pants. Like, I can't, because then I have nothing to change into. Like, what am I going to do? I'm getting panicky. I was like, oh no.
It's happening.
So then I was like, I'm literally on this. I wish I could show you a picture of this road. It's this nice neighborhood in Amherst, like manicured lawns, barely any woods, like just some trees here and there. I literally dropped trout and shit right in the middle of the road.
Please tell me you did it right on the yellow lines.
There was no yellow lines, but it was right in the middle. And then my immediate thought after, I was like, oh, what fuck? You know that someone probably has like a Ring doorbell, and they're gonna see me shitting in the freaking street, and they're gonna like post it on the town page. There's gonna be like a screenshot of me.
You know, people in Amherst, they got some money, so they got the nice Ring doorbells, not the cheap ones.
No.
So I
full HD.
So I get back to my car. I'm like, what do? I went back and I cleaned it up.
No.
Oh, that's responsible of you.
I went back. I cleaned up after myself. I can't even believe. So
wait, how do you do it? Did you bag it?
Oh, I took bags. I had like 3 grocery bags, and I like covered my hands, and I was like, and then like sat on a grocery bag. I got home, changed, and finished my run.
So all I see there is that's dedication on your part and very responsible. Very responsible.
I could see this going viral from the Ring camera being like, first, look at this person take a dump on my street. And then look at her come and clean it up. Oh, she's a great person. You know?
Does anyone recognize this runner?
Well, we want to go and say thank you for cleaning up your shit.
No, I just made me think about, did you guys ever hear about, I'm sure you did, the serial
yes.
Colorado. Yes.
And I was like, that's going to be me. I'm going to end up in like the Milford cabinet on the front page while I'm shitting in the middle of the street, you know?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yep. So there was that. And then my inaugural Code Brown with the 440 crew.
Because of course there was one.
Well,
okay.
Clearly.
So wait, your first one with the crew or your first one ever and you were with the crew?
My first one with the crew.
Okay.
So we finished our run. We were parked at Lakeside Lanes. And I was like, oh my God, I have to go to the bathroom. And there was some houses that were having construction done. And there used to be porta potties there. Mm-hmm. And they weren't there at that point. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I end up literally shitting on a tree right next to Lakeside Lanes. And I was like, sorry guys, like I'm trying to get into the woods as close as possible, as far away from them as possible. I'm like, sorry guys, I'm almost done.
That's the one next to the Auburn traffic circle.
Yeah. So next time you go by there,
I go by there all the time.
Lindsay shit on a tree somewhere over there.
Were you behind the lanes more on that rec trail, or you were?
No, so I was to the right side. So there's like a strip of trees right there
between the lanes and Mo and Joe's.
Yes.
Yeah, I know the spot.
Yep.
I run by it quite often.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, Lindsay took
He's gonna take a selfie and get like some trees in the background. Be like, hey,
that's where she shit.
Lindsay was here.
But actually, one of my other like hilarious ones is what year was it? When I crossed the finish line from Millinocket 2019.
Oh, we'll get to Millinocket too.
Mm-hmm. So I crossed the finish line, and yeah, I'll tell you more about Millinocket and why this happened. I cross, and Spencer is waiting for me. He goes to give me a kiss, and right before he gives me a kiss, I just fucking booted everywhere. I was like, huh, hold on.
Wait.
And he was like,
You're not getting a kiss.
oh, okay. Yeah, that just happened. Yeah, so.
You're going to go home, brush your teeth, and use mouthwash before you get near these lifts again.
Yep. So, but you'll understand why this happened when we talk about Millinocket.
Let's get to Millinocket.
All right.
First. First question about Millinocket. Why? All right. So Millinocket, everyone, I've been there many times. Took a whitewater rafting in the summer when it's beautiful and warm and the water's cold. But, you got Baxter State Park. You got
That's
Mount
like Katahdin, right?
Yep. Right. But you go in December when the average high is 29 degrees.
Yes. So this race came about from Gary Allen, is the race director. He wanted to create this event to help bring money to the region because a lot of the lumber companies up there ended up shutting down. So they had no way of pumping money into the economy. So they were like, okay, how do we get people up here? I mean, people are going to pay to run a race up here, but if we give them free entry and just the caveat is that you spend money up here, let's see if it works. And it is, I'm telling you, it is a wild experience. It's so much fun. You wouldn't really think that, like, oh, it's fun. Like the first year I did it was like 2 degrees.
Oof.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, and it's incredible. The townspeople come out, like there's no set water stops, just townspeople come out and they set up water stops.
Really?
Yep. They have fireball shots. They have like rumplements. They have all kinds of stuff. They have sugar cookies. They have pickle shots. They have tons of stuff. There's bonfires. There's, people come out on their sleds. It's incredible. And they're just so friendly. Like they're so, like all of the townspeople are so grateful for everyone being up there, and they're great.
You go every year.
Yeah, I've gone every year since 2018, except for 2020. But we did a virtual one. We did our own. We called it Milford Knocket. Yeah,
I like it.
So
is this like an official race? Like, could this be like a Boston qualifying race? So it is legit.
Yep. And
you just come for the experience, for the volunteers, the spectators, the awesome people.
It's so much fun. Like two of my friends ran it in 2017. Couldn't stop talking about it, and I was like, all right, I have to check this out. I got to do it.
That peer pressure, man, I tell you.
So the first year I signed up for the full. Like I said, it was 2 degrees at the start, which was 10 o'clock. By the way, it's 10:10 for the.
It's a good starting time. Justine would like
10
that.
10 o'clock for the marathon, 10:10 for the half. So I line up. I start running, realize immediately after I start that I only have my glove liners on. Not actual gloves.
Uh-oh.
And it's 2 degrees. So
Was it windy?
It wasn't that windy, so it wasn't like
So it's fine.
It wasn't like 2 degrees with a real feel of, the real feel was lower, but it was, my hands were so cold. My toes were so cold. So the full is just 2 laps of the half. I went through the first one and I was like, I'm done. I can't because I couldn't feel my hands.
Mm-hmm. Do they let you do that? Just drop down if you want to? Oh,
yeah.
That's nice.
Yep. Then I had to come back for the next year for redemption, and I did the full the next year, the puking year. And then, and then I did the half this year and last year. So I signed up for the full this year, but I freaking fell right before.
Oh, no.
Clumsy.
So the puking was because Fireball.
Oh yeah, she did say earlier she drinks. She's a drinker.
Because Fireball and running a marathon
don't mix.
They don't mix. Well, here's the thing that you learn when you do this. You refuse all of the shots the first lap. You just no shots. And then the second lap, you're like, okay, I know where the stops are with Fireball, so I'm going to wait until the end.
Ah. Yeah. Which makes me wonder, so if a marathon and Fireball don't mix, then how come ultra running and Fireball is the way to go? Probably because you just don't give a shit at that point, and you're like, my body is shutting down.
Oh my gosh, you're like, I'm going to be hallucinating anyways. I might as well be shit-faced. Who cares?
I guess so. Yeah, I bought a bucket of like the Fireball nips to bring with me to Hamster Wheel last year. Didn't touch it the whole time. Wish I did, but it'll probably make it to Hamster Wheel this year.
I think really what happened is I waited until the end. I was probably like 4 miles away from the finish, and then I was like, catch up time.
Oh.
Just like,
how close was Spencer from getting some on him?
It was probably pretty close to his feet, but I missed him.
Was he going in for the kiss like right then, and you're like, what?
Yeah, he was going in, and I was like, nope, hold on. Not yet. You need to give me one. You need to give. Yeah, no, just no. He was like, okay. Yeah,
That's good stuff.
he's a good guy. I was about to say a good doobie, like a teacher would say or something. I don't even know.
That goes
Those
back.
words don't even come out of my mouth.
That goes back to like when my parents were kids because
Yeah.
that was a thing. Like you'll be a good little doobie.
Yeah, he's
like
a good doobie.
I don't know what it's from, but I know that's a thing.
I can't remember the last time I said that, but there it is.
You know what I think we have to do right now before we get into the Boston Marathon? I think we got to test some cupcakes.
Do it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right. I'll
We've-
go get them.
Go grab the cupcakes. 'Cause
Okay.
I've been staring at these for a while now. And I'm
I know,
like,
you guys are
let's
good.
try it.
It's
Everybody
great
gets a
that you guys have
napkin.
waited this long. I'm surprised.
yeah. We got to break into these. Oh, you got some napkins for us.
I have to.
So
Hospitality.
in these cupcakes, we got peanut butter.
I did a pretty basic one.
Peanut butter's vegan, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Yeah, and then there's some chocolate ganache on top.
Erika, why don't you get your headset back on and why don't you describe these beautiful cupcakes
So
for the
Lindsay
listeners?
put these in a wonderful Tupperware container, and I just cracked the lid, and
We're taking pictures.
smells of peanut butter goodness just wafting into my nose. So I'm gonna take this guy because it has a lot of frosting. Oh yeah. Here we go. It's all over my finger.
We got some peanut butter
Oh my god.
flavored
So-
vegan cupcakes here.
It's a chocolate. The chocolate cupcake it's vegan.
Yes.
I feel like I can't talk.
Do you call them sprinkles or do you call them jimmies?
It is amazing.
If they're chocolate, I call them jimmies. If they're rainbow, I call them sprinkles.
Oh.
I do that too.
Yeah.
I've always called
I
them
don't
sprinkles.
think that's a new. Did you grow up in New England?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I've always called them
It is a
sprinkles.
New England thing, huh?
I think it is
It's
a New
gotta be.
England thing.
All right,
This
here I
is-
go.
Delicious.
Oh my God.
You can feel free to have
It's
one
so-
of
Oh my
the
gosh.
cupcakes, Lindsay.
It's so soft on the inside.
See, go back for more.
Absolutely.
So fucking good, Lindsay.
I need to take two home. One for Ashley, one for Adeline, too.
Yeah, do it. You can take. I'll leave these with you guys. You can take as many as you want.
Half and half, dude.
Yeah.
Well, take whatever you want too. Does anybody
Oh, no,
in your
I'm
house eat them?
I have cupcakes at home right now.
All right, then. You don't have to ask me twice. Lindsay, that was the most delicious cupcake I've had in a long time. I am so impressed.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, actually, I gotta make one cupcake comment. And I know this person doesn't listen. I had to buy cupcakes the other day. Mm-hmm. Okay? Little tiny mini ones, like the size, like that big. What would you call that?
That's like
Like the size of a ping pong ball.
Yeah.
I was going to say
they're
mini
Okay.
muffin size.
I bought 50 of them. Apparently, like these were ordered.
Okay.
$125.
For 50 mini cupcakes?
Get the fuck out of here.
Right. Okay, thank you. Apparently they're dairy-free, whatever, just like what you did, but 120. So the story is Ashley forgot her wallet and she's all mad 'cause she has to go back to the house. So I'll just call the cupcake place and I'll call them. So it's a you probably know the
I
place.
know the one. Yeah.
Yep. Anyways, they're good cupcakes. Actually, they weren't that they were okay. The mini ones, I had it yesterday.
They're not 150. Did you say 150?
$125. So I called and she goes $125. I'm like, okay. Then I realized they weren't even for us. They were for the little birthday party that Ashley was throwing the boys at the daycare for all the other kids to eat. And I'm like, they're not even going to appreciate that.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, just go to Walmart and get those little mini ones.
Exactly.
Little kids, they don't give a shit.
$125.
I won't spend a lot on cupcakes, but when I was in Chicago last, we like walked by a place that had been on like Food Network, and it was like, I don't even remember what it was called, but I did spend like $6 on a cupcake, and it was like an orgasm in my mouth.
It was just
There
like
you
that.
go. So what does that taste like?
This one tasted like apples and cinnamon, and it was like an apple pie cupcake. It was great.
Apple pie.
Sounds really good. That's a delicious.
It's like a
orgasm.
nice. It's like a nice. It's like a nice warm
I don't like
apple
this.
pie.
I don't like this. topic of conversation. It's weird.
Like, I am uncomfortable.
Well,
Anyways.
let's transition.
So,
Any other marathons you ran that are noteworthy?
I mean, you may have heard of the Boston Marathon.
No.
I mean, I also ran Chicago, too.
Okay.
And actually, I'm going to backpedal a little bit here. Sorry, or backtrack here.
uh-huh.
I was thinking about this when I was driving over here. 2019, we both ran the Rock and Roll Marathon in New Orleans.
That's right. That was the first time I met you.
Yeah.
So, Lindsay's hair is beautiful. We know she likes to change colors.
It's
and that
on the show notes.
That is how I recognized her, because we were following along like a post or something, and she runs this town, and I saw her running, and I just go, did I just yell like, yeah, she runs this town?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I saw her a couple of times, and then I got to see you at the finish too.
Yeah.
That's right. I totally forgot about that. Because I was thinking, I'm like, the first time we really like got to hang out and stuff was when we did the Yeti 24-hour.
Oh, yeah.
We picked the same time, the same day, and we
Yep.
met up for an
Is this the
early
one I
morning
did with
run.
you?
I think it
The
might
one when you
have
were
been.
bitching the entire second leg?
I can't remember if it was that one or I had done two, because
Yeah,
I did a.
Yeah, we both did too.
Yep. Because we did like the 31-mile one and then like a 50.
Yep.
So I think this was the very first one.
Yeah, it was the
It was like a
31, yeah.
5-mile run that we had to do. It was 6:00 in the morning. We met up at the Nashville Rail Trail. We saw bunnies.
Yeah.
It was like a beautiful morning, 6:00 in the morning, and
How'd you get her up?
I was up.
Yeah.
We were doing the challenge. That's how it works.
That's how when you do dumb shit
the
like
440 crew is going to have to make it a challenge to get her
Oh,
there.
that was actually another one with that Spencer said. He was like, please don't ever do any of those again. He's like, I don't care if you want to run 50 miles. Just do it all at once. He's like, do you really have to be disrupting your sleep? Like, sleep for
That's probably the better way to do
sleep
it.
for 2 seconds, get up, chug
Yeah.
pickle juice, run out the door, come back, change your shoes, sleep for 5 minutes, wake me up, chug more pickle juice. It's like, can you just do it all at once?
Honestly. So, yeah, that's how, we did our first run together. But I
Yeah.
totally forgot about New Orleans.
Yeah.
And that,
You know
just
that-
happened, too.
Yeah.
It's coming up on all the memories and
Yeah.
stuff.
New Orleans, they are not doing that anymore. I
They're
think
not.
I think last year was the last one.
I'm really glad we got to do it when we did, then. That was a blast.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
It was really windy that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some crazy headwinds, but
Yeah, wind blows.
That was
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
It blows.
that
so hard.
was a beautiful, beautiful time. So, all
You,
right.
you mentioned her hair. Let's get to it. What color was her hair during that race?
What color was it? Was it green?
I think it was pink.
Pink.
Yeah.
Yep. I have seen you with green hair though.
Yeah.
I think that's when we
Yeah.
did Yeti.
Yep.
But it's beautiful blue color.
I
right
didn't
now.
realize you changed the color until yesterday. I'm looking for your Instagram pic,
Yeah.
and it's not the hair. But I'm like, oh, it's really green in this photo. And then I'm like, well, what color was it back in November? I'm trying to remember. Was it green or whatever? So right now, what would you call your hair? Is it blue?
It's like
blue.
cerulean, right?
Blue and
Yeah.
purple?
Yeah. So first
Do you
of
do
all,
it yourself?
I do it myself. I have so much gray hair, like so much, and I feel like if I let my hair grow out, I'm gonna look super old. So I just like to, and I like to have bright. I like bright. I like fun.
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, like if you're in a race with her, you're going to find her easily. Not
Exactly.
a problem. Actually, but no, that happened in November. We were looking for you after for one photo. We couldn't find you. And I'm like, how's this so hard?
It makes no sense.
And then it's like, oh, she's right in front of you.
I was wearing like bright orange too.
Right,
Like,
right. Jeez. How is it so difficult to find you for a picture? Because we said our goodbyes and we were like, all right, good, nice to meet you. And I'm like,
And then we're like, shit, we forgot a
we
picture.
never took a photo,
Yeah.
an after photo.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It was
So
fun.
you got
We'll have to do a tradition. That'll have to be our new tradition.
the cobbler.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Do it.
At least
Doing
it's
it.
4 minutes from my house. That makes it easier to get up when I don't have to drive far.
Right.
So
Exactly.
Or we can do her gobbler and then my gobbler and then yours and go around because we got to. She gets out
got
easy.
a
We do
gobbler.
the podcast at her house. We do the gobbler down the street from our house. I'm grateful. I am grateful we get to do this here. It would not
wonderful.
get done at my
you're
house.
welcome. Okay.
All right, so Boston Marathon.
Yeah.
we are so on track and off track.
Yeah. Okay. So Boston last year. This is a wild story. I think I've used the word wild so many times since we've been talking, but whatever. So I was training for Eastern States, and that was it. I was like, I just signed up for that. I wanted to run that for a long time.
That's a
And
20 miler.
That's a 20 miler, and it's specifically was made to be the last training run for Boston.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. So I'd always want to check that out. So I'm training for that. And then one of my friends posted or sent me a post that she'd seen for, what's the radio station? It's some radio station around here that they were giving away 2 bibs to Boston Marathon. And you just had to, like, one of the caveats is that you had to be like trained because it was, so close.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I mean, I'm training for the 20 miler. I'm running that next week. So, okay. All right. I'm going to just like throw my name in the hat and you had to say like why you think you deserve to run it. So I wrote this whole story. And then Jason LaCroix, who he works for Honda, he reached out to me and he was like, hey, Lindsey, so unfortunately you didn't get picked, but they're also giving away 2 bibs at this other radio station. So he's like, you should give that one a try. So I entered and I'm sitting at work and I'm just typing away and my watch goes off and I see like this unknown number. And I was like, ignore. We're calling you about your extended car warranty. I was like, I don't know that number.
Right.
And then, my phone transcribes the voicemail into like a text message. And I look and I'm like, holy fuck. Holy fuck. And I'm in my group chat. I'm like, you guys, I'm fucking running the fucking Boston Marathon. And at the same time, my friend Abby is writing the same fucking thing. So my friend Abby got in and I got in and we were losing our minds. We're like, how is this fucking happening right now? Like, this is not real life. This is not real life. And then all of a sudden, my friend Jamie, like a week later, gets in too. So now there's 3 of us. So we're talking to Jason and all that stuff. And my friend Abby is like, she's a schmoozer. She's so good. She's like, she makes shit happen. So she reaches out to him and she's like, she's like best friends with him, with Jason. She's like, Jason, so we have another friend who's been training for this. Do you think there's any way you could get us? And he's like, let me see what I can do. All of a sudden she's running it too. So
Holy shit.
Yeah. So it was pretty amazing. So now this year I'm running for Team Honda again. So
That's awesome.
yeah. But raising money this year. Last year we just like, because Honda took over as like the official car
Oh, yeah.
for Boston. And it was like, I don't know how long before the marathon that they took over, but it was like last minute. That's why they were just giving those few bibs away. So this year they partnered with Dana-Farber and we're raising money for Dana-Farber.
That's an excellent cause.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing for fundraising?
I'm probably going to do March Madness brackets and I'm doing something at Spyglass. I just don't have the
Perfect.
exact date yet.
Yeah, let me know about Spyglass.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Yeah. It's going to be in
Spyglass.
March sometime. So I think they're trying to do it on a Tuesday. is
Oh,
what
that
they said.
works.
Yeah.
That works.
Tuesdays are great.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to probably sell cupcakes. Like I'm going to do like cupcakes.
I was just
for
going to say, you
cause.
should
Yeah.
do cupcakes.
Yeah.
Guys, these cupcakes are amazing. Like
Can't
Erika
even tell
said,
you how delicious
like
these
Erika
are.
said, an orgasm in your mouth. And Erika can describe to you in person what that tastes like.
Let me just say, like, these are vegan cupcakes. I would never know. Like, they're just fantastic cupcakes. They were baked with love.
They were baked with love. Yeah.
Well, then,
You know.
well, you mentioned on a thing just about 5 minutes ago, but you also are in Chicago. Mm-hmm. Chi-Town.
Yeah.
Erika says sometimes Chi-Town's better than Beantown.
I am obsessed with Chicago. I didn't have,
Everyone is.
I
What
didn't
is
have
up with
I didn't have
Chicago?
a great race. So it was not about the marathon. I didn't do as well as I was hoping to. And like, I couldn't get out of my head. I knew going into that you can't trust your watch. You just can't.
Oh, because the bridge immediately
Oh my
when you
gosh.
start the race, you go under and over. Yeah, in
Yeah.
an underpass? What
Yeah.
the hell? But it does mess with your GPS. So, like, I think the first time I ever ran Chicago, my watch said, like, 27.2 miles or something. Like, I was off by a significant amount.
And I could not. I was like, couldn't figure out my pacing. I was like, I don't know what's going on. And I was on track for the first like 10 miles to PR. And then it just, the wheels fell off. Whatever. It happens.
Yeah.
But I had the best time in Chicago. We had so much fun.
The atmosphere is just so cool, dude. One of these
Yeah,
days,
it's a
I
cool
got to get
city.
in one more time, and then I'm the legacy finisher, and then I'll do every...
Did you sign up for the lottery this year?
Yeah, I was rejected this year.
Okay,
My
so
first rejection.
Oh, man.
are you going to
Yeah.
sign up next year?
Of course.
All right,
I
just-
got to do it.
I'll do it with
if
you.
I don't do it next year by
I'm
lottery,
going to get
my
in
gosh.
so much
I'll
trouble at
fundraise
Wait a
home.
next
second.
year.
we had this in the group chat, the three of us, flying pig.
Oh, that's happening. Yes.
We gotta do this.
There's going to be a great
Maybe I
group for
can't
that.
do Chicago then. I guess I'm definitely doing flying pig.
Yeah, flying pig.
You get to pick. I get to
I-
be like, I can do it.
I already told Ashley about flying pig, and
that's gonna be the big
I told
destination,
her it's
yeah.
because we're doing Disney the following January,
Do you know you have to commit to that?
a year from now.
Yes.
To do
You have
Disney
to-
2025.
You have to be able to
to
commit.
do the dopey challenge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah.
He's got to be able to click that submit button or else he won't get a spot.
Oh yeah.
so.
That's why I know I can't do it now because I can't do it next year. But we're doing Dopey in 25.
There you go. All right. I'll save the date. But yeah, I mean, I'm really excited. I want to go out and meet Angela and meet Patrick and
Angela be there?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
she's the one who actually brought up the
I
whole
remember that, but I
challenge
thought she
idea.
was more Cleveland.
It could be, but she likes to run that too. And I think she said she was doing the half of this year, and she's like, "Let me know if you're going to come down. I'll do it next year too." And I'm like, "All right, sold." So I already booked it
Yeah.
in my calendar.
And Cincinnati's a cool city.
Well,
Yep.
we're awake the other day. Erika wasn't awake, but I'm up in one of our group chats, and I took a screenshot of the drive from here to Cincinnati, and I go, "Yeah, maybe we fly."
It's
13 and a half
it's not
hours.
it's a terrible drive.
right.
It's a terrible
Right, because
drive.
first I'm thinking Ohio's not that far. We could actually take the camper. Nope, we're gonna fly. And then I joked about let's take a PJ. And Katie's like, I'm a little afraid to ask what's a PJ. And I'm like, let's get a private
if you
jet.
have to ask, you can't afford it.
a PJ.
Tell me you've seen Beer Fest though.
Yeah.
All right,
So
that's
good.
That.
Yep.
A ZJ. What's
Yeah.
a ZJ? Anyways, I freaking love that movie.
Yeah, so that the drive is pretty. So my brother lives right outside of Cincinnati, and we drove out there in 2021, I want to say. And Spencer he likes to drive. He likes to be the one driving because he just like
It's a control
he
thing.
can't feel comfortable when someone else is driving, and so he did like the vast majority of the driving, and he was like, "This is so incredibly boring. Like,
no.
this is the worst." So yeah, fly. My suggestion is fly.
But we got Lindsay on board for it. I think Katie wants to come and do the half for
right.
Flying Pig, and then we'll see who else wants to come. That's going to be a blast. But I have to do the big challenge, the one with cheese, the 4-way with cheese.
And
have to.
speaking of future events, I think you two of you are doing something called Ghost Train. What is
That's the one that Lindsay loves and that I have signed up for because she loves it so much.
I love it. It's so much fun. It's just like, it's just the community.
What is
It's
Ghost
a
Train?
whole different. It's an ultra.
Okay.
So I think this year they switched it up a little bit. So there's some more options, but you can do 30 hours or you can do a 15-mile the next morning. So it starts at 9:00 on Saturday and then it goes to 12 the next day. And so the 15-milers do the next like Sunday morning. But they switched it around this year so you can sign up for 30 miles at like sometime at night. I think it starts at 9:00 at night.
That's the one that I signed up for,
Yep.
not knowing that it was a night race. And I was like, sweet, I don't have to get up early.
Yeah, yes. And like
now we have to stay up half the night.
It's right before Halloween, so they like the whole trail is all like lit up, and there's jack-o'-lanterns, people dress up in costumes, which is fucking my jam.
Where is this?
It starts in Milford and it goes to Brookline.
Oh, it's here in New Hampshire.
To
Yep.
Lake Potonopo.
And what
then,
weekend?
I think it's the October 15th or 16th.
Okay.
It's, the Saturday, Sunday, depending on which one you do.
And then a couple weeks later, you're doing Hamster Wheel?
Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
Yes.
So she's
Well, I
doing
did it this year. This year I did Chicago, and then I did Ghost Train 6 days later.
and now she's
But I
going to do...
only did 30 miles, so it was...
But now she's going to do the 30-hour Ghost Train. And what are you going to sign up for Hamster
I
Wheel?
haven't decided yet. I'm going to have to
Because
think about
that's 2
this.
weeks apart, too. So...
Yeah.
Do the 12 with me.
That people are crazy like
Yeah.
me. I'm not the only one. This makes me very happy that I have people like me.
Oh, so see, I use you all the time with Spencer when he's like, "You're out of control." I was like, "You have no idea." You and Rachel, I'm like,
Yes.
I was like, "You have no idea." I was like, I'm here. I was like, they're like up here.
And I don't know why I'm like this. Like all of a sudden it has just spiraled.
It's
like,
it's the challenge. It's wanting to
want to push and see
Yeah.
what I can do.
Yeah.
And, yeah. I agree. But
That's why I like the longer distances. It's like I want that challenge. It is so time consuming to be training for stuff like that. And it can be a hard balance, but it's so rewarding.
I have a really good 100-mile training plan that doesn't seem like it takes up all of your time. If you want me to
You're
share
going to
that
have
with
to
you.
send that to me.
I absolutely
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
It's basically said like use this plan just to finish.
That sounds like
I'm like
right up my alley.
Yeah. And it is like back-to-back weekend runs, but like it's only one day that's like a really long run, and then the next day is like a recovery easy run. And so yeah, but you can I'm sure space it out however you want. But
I mean, I am just going to throw this out there. Camille.
Mm-hmm.
She says not to do those long
I
runs.
did read that, and I was
And
like,
she's incredible.
who do I trust? Like, if Camille can send me her training,
Yeah,
plan-
Camille, talk to us here.
Seriously, she's like amazing ultra runner.
She
It's
is-
Camille Heron, just in case anybody doesn't know. But she's just
Camille, if you're listening.
she's epic. So
She's incredible.
you get her, you get Courtney
Fucking
Dauwalter,
legend. Yeah, Courtney.
Amber Boone.
Amelia
Yep.
Boone.
Amelia Boone.
Yeah, you fix that. You fix that. 'Cause she'll be listening when Doozer comes on.
I was just going to say.
You fix that right now.
This has been a lot of fun, but we have two big questions for you at the
Okay.
end. I'm going to go first. So I've done my research. Your hair continues to change colors, and I believe you're a little bit of a shapeshifter. You know what that is, right?
I could be a
Right?
shapeshifter, yeah.
So
I'm a skinwalker.
You tend sometimes to live the mermaid life.
Yeah.
What?
It's not just one is another. Your hair is not colorful there.
Holy
Those
shit.
are my roots.
Here's another. You got
Yep.
the mermaid. This reminds me
Wow.
of my daughter.
I just
Eric,
bought a
Eric.
mermaid
Yeah.
skirt.
When my daughter was
Yeah,
like
oh.
2, 3, mermaid everything. It was like the what would you call those? The scales?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this one's impressive.
Oh,
You got
yeah,
the whole
that's-
mermaid tail there.
You legit swim in that?
That was my niece's. So that was actually when I was visiting my brother in Ohio.
Cool.
You know how hard it is to swim with a mermaid fin?
Oh,
I've
it's-
tried this.
It's really hard, especially when you have a beer in your hands.
But your legs don't want to move the way you want them to move. It's like it's all
I
weird.
Like I'd be
and-
like a
right.
like a dead fish.
Right.
Like,
Well, that's why I'm on a float. There. That's
Living the mermaid life. Where do you get the mermaid hands hair? And also you got it on the head.
Yeah, that was
Was this a race?
It was like a last minute. No, it was Halloween and I was running around Manchester. Because that's what I do.
Got it.
it like didn't even look like you for a second. I'm so used to
It
with
does
the
look.
I know.
Yes,
It's
it
'cause
threw
my
me
hair
off.
is back and so my roots are like, I don't know, 3 inches long there.
And it looks
How fun is that?
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'll have to, you guys will have to help me with my costume for a ghost train. Come up with something.
I'll come up with something for you if you come up with
I already,
something. for
I already
me.
got it.
But I'm gonna have to like glow neon because
Yeah.
I got the night race.
I
We
already
should try
have
and
it.
come up with something, some
No.
sort of like
Team.
Just
Yes.
I'm
I was
lo-
literally about to say couple and I was like, that's not the right word.
It's okay.
Couple costume.
Actually,
Cupcakes.
my boyfriend is
Oh my
so
gosh.
not into couples costumes.
Yeah.
So if we could do it, I'd be
Let's
okay
do
with
it.
it.
You could be a cupcake. Two cupcakes.
I want to be a gory cupcake.
Or
though.
a cupcake and a poop emoji.
Oh my god. We'll work on it because I'm gonna have to run 30 miles in it. She's already gonna have a lot of miles under her
Oh my
belt,
gosh.
so-
And that was the costume I wore this year. Never run in it. I was like, this is the worst idea ever.
What's the rule number 1, Lindsay?
Never wear something new on race day.
See?
Never try anything new. I broke literally everything. And I got to that race this year, realized as I'm driving there, I'm like, oh, I forgot to eat. Like I hadn't eaten. I was baking cupcakes for a fundraiser for my daughter. So I'm trying to rush those around, drive them up to her dad's house before the race. And then I'm like, shit, breakfast.
I knew I
that
forgot
whole
something.
breakfast thing I did not eat.
Oh no. Learn from us, listeners.
I know.
Learn from us.
Yeah, don't do what we do.
But share your stories.
Yes.
Do that.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So Instagram, check. Now's my big question. We have that Spotify playlist. I'm not sure if you listen yet.
I sure
Are
have.
you,
But
are you
you
a
know
listener?
about
Are you
it.
a listener of the pod?
No, the Spotify playlist.
It's a joke.
You're
She does listen.
She listens to the pod, yes. But as you know, we allow our listeners to pick a song. So it could be anything that pumps you up or just get you in the mood to, I don't know, jam out.
All right.
What would you like?
I like I Am the Fire by Hailstorm.
All right.
So it's good, gets you really like juiced up.
This sounds like a very like rock heavy song. Ooh.
So like the chorus is, once you get to the chorus, you just like, I always run wicked fast during that. So it's,
Ooh.
I like Hailstorm.
yeah.
Oh, I put Hailfire. I Am the Fire by Hailfire.
Yeah.
I think rock bands with a girl singer are always pretty kick-ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paramore too. What do you call? They're more punk.
Love Paramore.
Yeah. Paramore's
Epic.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
So it's so funny because I'll just be like running along to this part, and then this part comes on, and I'm
Ooh, I got goosebumps.
They're rocking out right now.
So good. I'm sold.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Excellent choice.
And I have a habit when I'm listening to music and I'm running, I always sing out loud. So when I don't care who's around me, I'll be running past someone and they're just like, "What is she doing? What is she doing?"
I tend to do that when I get really tired or I just need like a pump up song, and I do like the one step is one word, one step is one word, just so I can kind of like make myself run, even though I really don't want to anymore.
I definitely did that a lot when I was doing the Yeti challenges, and then I did like 3 virtual Ragnars.
Wow.
So when you're running in the middle of the night, and I'm like, all right, sometimes you get creeped out. I'm running by myself, and it's woods and all that stuff. I'm like, all right, just sing out loud, really loud right now, and that's my thing.
Well, that's awesome. So tell everyone listening a couple things, where they can find you, and also if they want any baked goods, how they can find you for that too.
You can find me on Instagram. I like how I couldn't remember my own Instagram handle. I was like, I think it's this.
You're like, it has drink. Nope, it doesn't.
Nope, it doesn't have drink.
I need
It
to
should
add
have
that.
drink, no. So on Instagram, I run, I bake, I know things. You can actually just message me there if you want to.
Want some of these delicious orgasm in the mouth cupcakes.
Yeah, totally. I'm on Facebook, but I don't like it's not on my phone, so I don't really ever check. But you can message me on there because I'm actually kind of active on the message part.
Yeah, the messenger part is pretty great.
Yeah,
it's great
yeah.
for group chats, especially us. You know.
Yep. So that's about it.
That's what we've been talking on for the past couple of days, weeks actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we got to get those. We got to get the race plans going. You know.
Yeah, and we're cool, unlike those iPhone people.
We are.
You were throwing so much shade.
Oh my
at
gosh,
Nicole.
my kid is constantly like, "Mom, when are you gonna get an iPhone?" And then my brother too. It's
When
like,
hell freezes over. No.
look how you can't join in all the family chats. I'm like, okay.
Well, I'm missing out.
So my daughter was saying yesterday, check out this emoji, and she's like, it's my new favorite one. I use it for everything, and it's it's someone in a wheelchair, but it looks like they're speeding. It's like they're going fast. He's like, and she's like, yeah, I use it for everything. And I'm like, what do you mean everything? Well, when someone's like, how long are you going to be? I'll just use that. Like, I'll be right there. It's like, okay. So I go look at my emoji. I was like, oh, mine's just like the handicap parking. She's like, that's because you have an Android.
I'll tell you what sold me on Android long time ago, but it's more Samsung. But I see people with iPhones with cracked screens all the time. I drop my phone 4 times a day, if not more, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's 2 years old. This phone is 2 years old. I got it 2 days before the boys are born, and as we're recording now, their second birthday was yesterday. So I've had this phone 2 years and 3 days.
Nothing.
It's perfect.
That's awesome.
I guarantee I dropped this thing 4 times a day, if not more. I've dropped it on treadmills. I dropped it on the Peloton the other day. I dropped it on my bike while trying to put it in the back pocket of the jersey. In the hot road, car drives by it, turn around, get it. It's fine.
You're lucky.
You run over it. It's like,
Yeah. Apple's raw, and that's what happens to the Apple phone. They're raw.
Ooh. Kind of like that.
that is good. That is really good.
And on that note, everyone.
Nicole. We love Nicole.
So like I'm a big picture. I love taking pictures like sunset.
And Androids have the best photos.
The best.
Actually,
iPhone people just don't believe it. They're just like, it's no way. iPhone has the best. They assume it does, but until you get one, you're like, it's like those old Samsung commercials. Someone walks by, oh, is that the new? What kind of phone is that? Oh, you get that.
Yeah.
You get to do this. You get widgets. You get like cyber whatever.
no, I don't have a protector. Mine just has
You don't need the protector with an
I don't have a
Android.
protector on anything.
Oh, I do have a screen protector.
Now we
'cause
do
my-
suggest some of you use protection, but on an Android you don't need it.
Good thing this is all getting cut out.
Maybe not that line.
I hope that's the blooper.
I tell people now when they walk by and they look at the boys and, oh, they're so cute. I go to young couples like, just be careful because sometimes they come in multiples.
Yep.
They stay that way the whole time.
Yeah.
Lindsay, I'm so happy that you came over to my house, that we got to do this. This has been so much fun. Just shooting the shit around my kitchen table.
Yeah.
Like, I can't ask for anything more. We had a blast. It was awesome to get to know you more. And I honestly, we didn't even touch upon all of the stuff we wanted to. So it looks like we're going to have Lindsay 2.0.
Right. And I wrote down here in the notes, I hope you'd be down for a 440 Run Crew roundtable discussion later this year. And I don't think I need to worry about that. I think it's a given.
That is absolutely happening.
And I think we're going to call the Gens just Gen squared.
Yeah, Gen squared. Do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So on that note, it was great having you here, Lindsay.
Thank
Yeah.
you for having
being
me.
here.
It was so much fun.
It was a blast. Thank you for coming over, doing this in person. This was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
Lindsay, we are so happy we got to connect and sit at my kitchen table and shoot the shit and just get to hear about all your awesome stories. Thank you so much for coming over and having a blast with us.
That was so much fun. What a great time. The 440 crew, I'm trying to find the best way to get like a round table with multiple mics and cameras set up because like it's going to be a ton of fun. So this summer, 440 crew,
That's going to be interesting.
it's going to be an event. And then we'll do the beer mile. Maybe we can get them in on a beer mile.
I have a feeling if anybody's going to want in on a beer mile, it'll be these ladies. So let's do it.
It'd be so much fun. We can do it
So
around.
much fun.
Let's do it around 4th of July. Maybe we won't do it on the 4th of July so we don't ruin everyone else's parties, but sometime around then because, as we talked about in the last podcast, the National Beer Mile race is July 1st this year.
It is. Oh my God. I can't wait. I want to watch all the footage of that. I'm going to be glued to their Instagram account unless they televise it. So if they do, let me know. That's going to be super cool.
Did you like the reel I posted today?
I saw, so I did watch it and I liked that clip, but then I didn't know that was an actual Instagram account. So I started following that too. And I was like, this is fantastic. One of their pinned posts is a guy puking in a bucket. Like,
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, this is amazing.
I didn't know they existed until today either when I was making the post. I'm sitting in the line to pick up Adeline from cheerleading and it's like 12 degrees out and I'm making the post. I made the reel a couple days ago. I made a bunch of our reels and saved them in drafts. And that just all of a sudden I found them that way and then they shared the story. So yeah, I was listening to, they have a podcast, the Beer Mile podcast. And
Yes.
they've had like 110 episodes or something, but
Oh shit.
I heard where this is the first time the Beer Mile is coming back to the States since 2015.
Where was it before? Tell me Germany. Oh, was it in Germany?
I think it travels
Oh, that's so
around
cool.
the world.
That is so cool.
And I kind of heard it in like an ad or something, or not an ad, but like a promo. I think it was a promo. Maybe it wasn't, but they were just talking about it. You know, they're hosting it. I don't know if they're the host. I think they're the host, and it's basically on like a community track.
Is that not the coolest thing? I think that's awesome. I really would like to be a part of something like that or host one myself. But like I said, I'm nervous about insurance and waivers and that kind of stuff. Participate at your own risk.
Well, this apparently it's going to cost them a lot of money, but they have sponsors that cover it. And there's a brand out there, a well-known brand based in the New England area. Mm-hmm. And they wanted them, or they reached out to them or somehow connected with them to sponsor. And they go, no, we don't really want to be associated with that. With like binge drinking and beer mile and running. But then that brand had a race, like a men's sprint or something, sponsored by a tequila company. Like the tequila seltzer, whatever.
On.
And so they're kind of like, kind of hypocritical. I'm almost like, I wonder if we should like hop over to Chicago and just check this out July 1st.
Oh, it's July 1st. That
And
sounds like a bomb weekend, though. That sounds so much fun. But I am actually going to a concert that weekend. I'm going to see Ed Sheeran, and I'm so pumped. He's going to be at Foxborough.
Oh,
Is there
cool.
still Foxborough?
He's
Yeah,
that
it's
big?
Foxborough.
He's that big where he can sell out Gillette?
Yes. He has multiple shows. I love him. He's awesome. He's not the most handsome dude, but he's awesome anyways.
I don't know. What's his name again? Ed Sheeran?
Ed Sheeran.
I'm going to look him up. He's not a handsome dude? Huh?
He's
Okay.
like a ginger. I don't know. He's cute.
Ed.
He's adorable. He's kind of Muppety, but I love it. Does that make sense? I don't know. I don't want to be mean, but he's so cute.
I like this guy. I've seen this guy before. He's a good guy.
Yeah,
red head.
No, he's so funny too. He just created his own hot sauce. I forget what it's called. Something Teddy's.
He totally belongs in Harry Potter movies.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
He's the redhead dude from Harry Potter.
Yeah, he's a Weasley, 100%. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I love his music. I think he's great. He's got he's very mainstream, poppy, right up my alley. So I'm going with a few friends.
This guy sells out Gillette Stadium, really.
Dude, he's huge. He is huge.
He's that. Wow, I never would have thought. I'm not with it. I'm more in the Kids Bop. I saw Kids Bop is coming to the New Hampshire Bank
Kids
of
Bop.
whatever pavilion. I'm like, oh no, Adeline's almost 7. She's probably too old for Kids Bop now.
$10 says that they do Ed Sheeran songs. Actually, they
I
probably
bet they
don't
do,
need
but
to,
I
'cause
could
they-
not pick it out. I could not pick it out. Give me an Ed Sheeran song.
Sing.
Oh, from the movie, the Sing movie?
Well, that's the movie, but he also has a song called Sing. How about Thinking Out Loud? That's like
No.
every wedding song ever lately.
Oh,
Don't
is
ask
that
me
the,
to actually
is that the
sing.
one?
When your legs don't work like they
Nope.
used to before.
No, I know that one. Okay, I'm thinking the other one. Maybe it's Bruno Mars. Hey baby, I think I want to marry you.
That is 100% Bruno.
Okay, that's not okay. That's when you said it's in every wedding. I'm thinking that song.
So Thinking Out Loud's more of a first dance slow song, like the first dance song.
Okay, if
He's
I
got a bunch of bops though. He's great.
I never. So when we got married, we didn't really have a real wedding. It's funny. Ashley didn't want one, and I did. It's kind of like the roles reversed,
Right.
And I still haven't had that. I thought we would get it, and I get to do it, and just have a reason to have a ton of friends
Big
to
party.
come and have a party. And I have friends who live around the country who would have flown in and all that. Like I wanted to see my friends. The song I would have chose is a good one.
You're going to tell us, or you're going to make us wait for your big party?
It is Land of a Thousand Dances. You ever heard this song by Wilson Pickett?
Guaranteed. Absolutely. This is a banger, dude.
This would have been, this is my kind of jam for the first song.
This would be your first dance song, really?
I totally would have, yeah, but I would want everyone to get out too and do it. Like, I'm not the slow dancing kind of guy.
Yeah.
I would want, would start.
That's so fun.
It would be a surprise to everybody, and then everyone would come
not
out.
anymore. You just ruined it.
Well, this would be a ton of fun.
Oh, I'm already grooving. I'm ready. Good choice. I support this decision.
You know who I stole that? So I stole that from somebody actually.
Really?
You know who else had that as their wedding song?
Mm-mm.
Meghan Markle and Harry.
No way.
Yeah.
I never really got into the Meghan Markle and Harry thing, but I would just watch the Netflix special on it, and I really liked it. They're
Not
cool
only
people.
did we like it, 'cause I loved it. I believed every word she said.
Honestly, I did too. Yeah.
Every word. And I wish he could have told you so much more about his dad and his brother and what's going on in the house. And he held back a lot, a little too much, I thought. You know, you can't tease it and not tell.
Right.
Or not. There was that one scene when he shows Megan the text from his brother, and it's like, no, you have to show us the text now. You can't not show us. Like,
Right. I wonder if
it-
he was facing like legal repercussions if he did show that stuff. Like, I don't know. I mean, I get it. You
No,
don't want to totally air out your
think
family.
I think it would have embarrassed the family if
Mhm.
he did it and he knew. And maybe he did
Yeah.
show the camera and then decided later not to show that part. But
Redacted.
he's worried. He's doing. You know, they'll never live normal lives. But it's just insane the amount that the paparazzi and everyone is crazy about them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy that how much the family is jealous of her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a royal person. I'm not into any of that. I just happen to watch it and it made total sense. I will get on these binges of like, I'll learn something. One was Abraham Lincoln. And for 3 straight days, I watched things on Abe. One was
Really?
but one was Princess Diana. So then for 3 straight days, I'll learn everything about Princess Diana. I'll watch a movie, YouTube, read articles. So when she was the princess, she was the most popular person. And Charles was extremely jealous, and the royal family was jealous because she got all the attention.
Right.
Meghan Markle comes into the picture. It's the same reaction.
Mhm.
No one cares about anyone else. They want to know what Meghan's doing, whether it's good or bad, or they make up good or bad.
Mhm.
Well, it seemed the family got very jealous of her.
It's definitely worth watching if you haven't watched it yet. It's on Netflix.
It was fantastic.
It really was. I enjoy shooting this shit. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. Listen, have a great trip to Japan.
If you can see, that is my packing. That bag on the floor. Wait, where is it? There it is. Bag on the floor. Not the blue laundry basket, but I have not packed yet. I'm working on it. It's looming. I can't believe it.
Well, you got a long flight coming up, and I'm super excited for you. I am. Let's try to connect. No promises. We're going to try to connect when you're out there. It's a big time difference. You're going to be like 16 hours ahead of us, I think.
I think it's like 14, but I'm going to do my best to let you know when I'm around. If you're awake, we'll see what happens. Might do an Instagram live, but if not, I'm going to try my best to chronicle it with some videos so we could post together a reel or something just to give you a sense of the cool shit that I'm doing out there. I'm really stoked for this, and I want to share it with you guys.
That's right. It will be fun if we can connect, but we will save the real Tokyo recap for when you are back and when we're together,
Yes.
and you can talk about it. And you won't wait long. It will be the next week.
Yeah.
But it would be fun if we can connect and you can kind of show us the atmosphere around the area, your metal, and just like your excitement. It's going to be tough because of the Wi-Fi or no Wi-Fi, and you're in Tokyo, another country. So
I will be able to figure that out pretty quick. I'll send you some messages. I'm going to have data out there. I just don't know how much streaming I can do without Wi-Fi, but I will try my best. I will get all the cool stuff I see and cool people I meet, cool food I eat. May not be sushi, who knows?
it's going to be you
Yes, it's going to be me and my mom.
and your new running friend that you've been training with.
Yes, Lynn is going to be flying out too with her husband. So we're going to try to connect all of us. And I'm just so looking forward to checking off this chapter with her because she helped me through this whole winter running. She got me out of bed early. She got me into the cold. So this is like a victory lap for both of us. It's going to be great.
You know, I can't believe I haven't thought of this yet, but Lynn has to come on the Tokyo recap pod.
Oh, that would be awesome. I hope I can get her to do that.
You think
we'll
she'd
see
be
if
down?
she'd be interested. I mean, if not, I'll do a quick video with her and see if she would be interested. But I'll send you some pics so we could at least, like, you guys can see us in action. Well, after the action, I guess we take post-run selfies. But
cool.
yeah, she's been great. She has been holding me accountable, and I don't know what I would do without her.
Lynn, we need you on for the post Tokyo review. So is she getting her 6-star medal, by the way?
This is going to be star number 5 for her, but
Okay.
she just in next April, I'm thinking it's already March, but in April she's going to London, and that's going to be number 6 for her. So
Nice.
she's just right after me.
Nice. Well, congrats. I'm saying congrats earlier, too early maybe, but you're going to do it. You're going to crush it.
I hope it's not too early.
Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the memory. Have a ton of fun, and send me that picture for Medal Monday.
You bet I will. I know it's going to be an emotional time. I'm probably going to want to cry at the finish line because it's been a long road to get to this point, but is it going to be worth it? So you are going to have an epic Medal Monday post for post-marathon.
I'm so excited they're showing the replay again of the Bruins goalie goal. Yes, that was so cool. All right.
So that made your night. Awesome.
Yeah, that was so cool. Have fun in Tokyo. I'm going to miss you.
Thank
It's
you.
going to be a little while. Catch up on that rest. 2 days after you land, we have an in-person interview.
Yes, we do.
So it's going to be a
gonna
lot
be
of fun, but you might be like this.
Well, don't hold it against me if I can't keep my eyes open. Maybe you can bring me one of your new energy drinks and I'll drink that. I'll give it a shot.
Nothing new on race day, though. Don't do nothing new on race day.
Ooh, speaking of that.
Are you prepared for that?
Prepared how? With
Well, like you're going to Japan. Like, are you taking stuff with you, supplements, or are you like gonna, hopefully they have the right stuff for you out there?
So they have a different kind of energy, like sports drink that it's called Pocari Sweat. And Lynn, being the wonderful person she is, she ordered some off of Amazon and gave me some today for me to try. And it is a very sweet energy, like Gatorade type drink. And it tastes like vaguely like grapefruit. And I'm like, all right, I think I can tolerate this. This is going to be fine. So I'm not allowed to bring my Scratch Lab Super Fuel in there because it's like an open container and they won't let you bring anything that's open. But I can have my sports beans, like the Jelly Belly things. And
you couldn't bring a brand new sealed up Scratch Labs.
That's
something?
a giant bag. They don't have like individual servings of that. So
No, bummer.
they make everything be sealed. Just it's a safety thing, I guess. But we can't even bring any liquids in, none whatsoever. No like hydration pack bladders. We can't bring our own handheld bottles, nothing like that. So I'm gonna be taking the water and the Pocari Sweat on the course and just kind of winging it.
Well, good luck. Be ready. Hopefully they got the porta potties with the different food and drinks
I
out
will
there.
do my best, or I'm coming home with a great Code Brown story.
Yes, with the medal too.
With the medal, of course. Yes.
All right, because that plane ticket was expensive. You can't afford to go out there again. At least not yet. At least not until maybe someday a sponsor will be like, Erika, we want you to go out there and run 7 marathons in 7 days and 7 continents.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That'd be cool. All right. Maybe by then we can afford our own PJ.
What's a PJ? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, what's a PJ? Good luck. Have fun.
Thank you, dude.
I can't wait to hear all about it. So get some rest. Make sure you got everything you need and have a good time.
Thanks for all the well wishes. Don't forget to stretch.
3, 2, 1, yeah!
I immediately start with the poop talk, with the with everything, sex talk, poop talk, whatever goes.
It makes for interesting.
That's weird that I just put those two things back to back.
Not the same.